Hello, Fear the Meerkat here, and welcome to another episode of my Ocarina of Time Let's Play. It's a good idea to stun these guys with a Deku Nut. It's not necessarily a good idea to put them in a target like that. The thing about pressing the target button and getting that sort of target sign around them is if you're jumping around, it basically restricts your movements. So although it's good for managing to hit something because it will direct you whatever you're firing at it, like so if you're using the slingshot, it'll direct the slingshot at the nut, the Deku seed. So the Deku seed at it. It also makes it awkward to jump now and walk back away from it. Now unfortunately there's no way to get that. You can get the spider, the gold Skulltula, but at the moment you have no way to actually collect the tokens, so you need to move on. So yeah, we're gonna finish the temple here, the Deku Tree, dungeon, if you want to call it that. That thing that's firing at you there, that is called a business scrub. So if you want to talk to it or basically stop it from doing anything to you, you just need to fire a Deku seed at it. Don't get the shield unless the one you're already carrying is being destroyed, because it's not really worth it, even if you have 50 of those. Now it takes a few shots, but you can destroy the big Deku Babbas with the slingshot. So you might as well. It's easier than doing it the other way. You'll be doing this a lot, like the dungeons. See, when it says grab, that's the time to push it forwards. So after we finished the tree, we're basically going to be listening to people talk a lot for the rest of this episode, which I know is a bit dull, but you need to go through it whether you want to or not. And then in the next episode we're going to be going through into the buildings that surround the castle. And remember with the last part how I was saying earlier, this is probably the best way to get this Deku Baba here. Well, it's still true. Anyway, this bit is quite difficult. It took me quite a few tries, and I've edited out a lot of those tries because you need to be quick. You need to use that block and stand on it, because otherwise you're just not going to reach the place that you need to reach. You can't basically climb up without losing the fire. So now these guys are really annoying. I've cut out about 10 minutes of me failing. Basically you need to get the one on the left, then the one on sorry, the one on the right, then the one on the left, then the middle one. One on the right, one on the left, middle one, and then he jumps around like that and you need to catch up with him. And the way to get them is to use a shield to deflect the nuts they throw back at them. So you'll notice I almost lost all of my lives while I was doing this. If you get too close, then unfortunately they will go back in their holes, but only the one you're closest to, so the other two will keep firing. Basically, normally you'd need to do it through a process of elimination, working out which one to go first, which one to go second, and which one to go third, but fortunately you've got me to help you with that, so. It did take me a while to get all of them. You're about to face the boss, so it's a good idea if you can to get all health here. Okay, a couple of bits where I wasted time, but that was also partly to make sure I managed to get everything done in this episode. It's another 20 minutes because I feel that you ought to get, you know, plenty of time for your money, as it were, even if it's not actual money. Now, the only way to activate this boss is to look up at him using your slingshot, and the best thing to do then is to target him, and once you've done that, just keep on using your slingshot, and when he falls down like that, you need to quickly go forwards and attack him with your sword. Anyway, yeah, I feel that it's better if I give you a full 20 minutes worth of video, so you're getting, you know, as much as you can get, basically. Now another problem with targeting something is that it makes you move slightly slower. You don't really run, but targeting things is useful sometimes. And that's the boss finally defeated. As I said, these heart containers increase your maximum heart level. Now you can actually go back in the tree anytime you want, which is useful because there's a couple of things we couldn't actually manage to do before. But there's no point in going back yet. Suppose this is a good time to talk about why I chose this Legend of Zelda 3D game as a Let's Play, even though plenty of other people have done 3D Legend of Zelda games as their Let's Plays. Well, I wanted to do a game that I knew I could complete. That's part of it. And a game that I actually had a copy of on my PC, so that's part of it as well. I mean, it's an emulator, but buying it on my PC because of that. But it's also just because this is a fun game. You know, it's no more mysterious than that. I just enjoy playing this game the first time I played it, and I thought it would be good for you to see it, and enjoyable for me to record it. Also, I have a lot of stuff to say. I was searching for something where I had a lot to say. This is one of the reasons why it took me so long to find something, apart from celebrating Christmas and New Year, is to work out what my next Let's Play would be. I considered a few things, but this is what I eventually chose, because last time with Max Payne 2, I occasionally ran out of stuff to say, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with being silent for a while, but there were sort of awkward silences, I felt. Awkward due to the fact that they weren't there because I was letting you listen to the music or whatever. They were just there because I ran out of stuff to say. Whereas I have plenty of things to say with this game. I can talk about the Lengend of Zelda series, I can talk about this specific game. There's sort of more to say on that than there is with Max Payne, where all I could say really is the second one's better than the first one. And there's lots of stuff going on in this game as well that I could talk about and will. So that's why I decided to go for this one. Anyway, this is a great game. This is one of my favourites. This is my second favourite in the Lengend of Zelda series. The first being A Link to the Past, which I might do at some point. Probably not for quite a while. Got to finish this for starters, and then I might do a few things that are non-Lengend of Zelda games. But I might do this eventually. If the Great Deku Tree knows from the start that you're not going to succeed, why did he ask you to risk your life to go and break the curse? I don't know. I mean, maybe it was testing Link to see if he had what it takes, but still, he does seem like a bit of a waste to me. It does seem kind of like, I'm gonna send you to risk your life on something that I know is utterly pointless. Also, isn't he meant to be the protector of the forest and of the children that live there? And therefore, well, surely when he's gone, there's no one to protect them anymore. I mean, I know there's nothing the Great Deku Tree can do about that now, but still, what happens now he's gone? Oh, that creaking noise. I think that's a very good effect for the Great Deku Tree's death. You know, I don't like that it's dead. I just like the effect. My dog sort of turned invisible there for a second. That was a bit weird. Of the way he says it's all your fault and then he doesn't do anything about it at all. He's a coward. He's not just a jerk, he's a coward. But yeah, just for timing reasons, I cut out Link's walking through the village. And there was really no point in leaving it there. If you talk to anyone, they just tell you they don't know where the castle is. Which I suppose makes sense, because we've been told that they never leave the forest, so... I suppose whilst you're there you can pick up a few extra rupees, but you don't vitally need them soon, so... I'm not sure if an ocarina is a real life instrument or not. But someone could tell me. I guess it's I guess it is. I suppose different sounds come out of different holes when you blow into it. I'm not sure how tall they're meant to be. This bridge doesn't appear to have been designed for them, but then, as I said, they never leave the forest, so... I don't know why he runs away either. Perhaps he's scared of the fact that she's attracted to him. Perhaps he's not ready for that responsibility. Seems a bit weird, since he's ready for the responsibility of trying to save everyone. But, you know, perhaps he's just not ready for that. Or maybe he's just running before it gets too late and he changes his mind. Maybe he knew he would stay if he stayed longer. Must have been quite tempting for him. You will be meeting us out a lot, and rather like Navi, he does have a tendency to go on and on and on. As do I. I really like the music, though, for him, so I'll let you listen to that for a while. We'll look at the map in the next episode, I think. Getting close to 20 minutes now. Whatever you do, do not press X immediately, or he will tell you everything again. You need to go down to no. It's a good idea to start running whilst you're here. It's a good idea to get to the castle before it gets dark. Time marches on and it gets dark and into night, and then it gets light again and into day in the field. I don't think that happens anywhere else, but in Hyrule Field it does. I really like this music too. It's got a really sort of staring you into wanting adventure kind of sound. But yeah, you can see it's already starting to get dark, and we're getting close to the end of this episode. In the next episode, as I say, we'll be going into the castle, exploring the places, the buildings near it. So yeah, now you're trapped there for the night, which is not good because there are those things. But I will tell you more about the skeletons in the next episode. I will see you soon.